Tips for a hassle-free holiday season. Please welcome back to the show, Laura Gassner, Otting.
Hi, Laura.
Laura, nice to see you again. Now,
great to be back.
For those who didn't catch your last appearance, tell us what you mean by wonder hell.
Yeah, so you know those moments where you've achieved something, it's amazing, it's exciting, it's wonderful, and you see a version of yourself, maybe something amazing you can do, and you're like, that's great. And also, you're now filled with stress and anxiety and uncertainty because the new you is harder to figure out. It's wonderful, and it's hell. It's wonder hell.
Wonder hell.
That's a good little combo right there.
Yeah.
Well, for the holidays, a lot of times it can be like that because they're supposed to be beautiful and surrounded by family, but they can be a little stressful. So how do we navigate this?
So we all have these ideas about holiday. It's going to be perfect, right? But then, like, what if your relatives fight? And what if the food's not good enough? And what if the decorations aren't perfect? Right?
Or what if you got 9 kids coming to your house, staying at your house, and what are you going to do with all that chaos?
Yeah, what are you going to do? Maybe earplugs, right?
Right,
and
right.
yeah. So, like, what do you do? Of course, stress just absolutely magnifies during the holidays.
All right, well, this is great because you've got some universal tips to help us go through and make a great holiday. What's the first tip we can use?
First thing is we need to manage our expectations. Okay, so the worst piece of advice, the best and the worst piece of advice I ever got was this: you're just not that important. And at the time, I was like, I'm so important. What are you talking about? But it turns out you're just not that important, except where you are. And there are places in our lives where we think we have to be all things to all people. But what really matters in the holiday? Is it that the tree is perfect and the cookies are perfect? And
Is it you're just not that important, or it's just not that important?
well, you think you're that important to everything, to make everything perfect. So you be all things to all people, and then you're nothing to anybody. Where are you that important? Does it matter that you've decorated the tree to make it look storybook? Or does it matter that you're spending your time with your loved ones? Where are you that important? And double down there.
Focus on your priorities.
Okay.
I like
and,
that.
Next meeting with the family, like I just mentioned, I have a lot coming, is great, but could be a little bit stressful too. So how can we handle the politics and the balance of that state of the world?
So 2 things. First, you don't have to go to every fight to which you are invited. We need to remember that, right?
I'm
That's
a
a tough
fighter.
one. That's a tough one.
I'm a fighter.
You don't have to go to every fight to which you're invited. But also, all these people have opinions about who you are and what you can be and what you can't be. All these votes, we all listen to them as if they're on equal volume, but everybody who gets a vote shouldn't have a voice in your life. So let's make sure we're listeing to the people who matter, not the ones who don't. Maybe all the 9 kids shouldn't have an opinion.
And how do you remove yourself if you feel a fight coming up and you just sort of just step out of the room, head to the Christmas tree? Like, what are we doing?
I think you do focus on what actually matters to you. You can't step out of the room. You can just look at somebody and say, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing
Bless
that.
your heart.
Bless
is
your
always
heart.
a great one.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
Oh, cupcake. And then you just move on, and they will take their crazy to somebody else.
Okay, good.
Social media can be pretty stressful too. Puts a lot of pressure on families out there trying to keep up with the Joneses. Should we just turn it off?
I would say absolutely log off, because where you're not that important is on social media, right? So if we spend time where we actually care about the people we care about, and we're not judging everybody else's highlights, looking only at our own blooper reel, right? It's really hard when you look at everybody else's perfection and all you see is your own imperfection. We feel badly about ourselves. But it turns out imperfection's okay.
That's like, can we get rid of the Christmas cards where people write the letter about how perfect their life is and everybody's doing great? Is anybody with me about that? I want one real card
People still do that?
Uncle Sal's in rehab and Johnny just bit a kid at school. Like, I want a real letter.
I had a friend who sent out a picture of her 3 kids, and they were all in the perfect white matching shirts and the jeans, and every one of them was screaming at the top of their lungs. And I was like, this is why we're
This
friends.
is what we really want. Yeah.
So what are your plans for Christmas with all that stuff?
My plans for Christmas are to go to my in-laws' house in Cincinnati, where I've been going for the last 27
family,
years.
so we're going to navigate.
Family. We're going to family. But here's what I love. I grew up a nice Jewish girl in Miami. We didn't have Christmas trees in my house. And the first time I went to my in-laws, I was like, we're going to have perfect trees, like the ones I see in the mall. And then we started decorating the tree, and every ornament was different. That's my mother-in-law's beautiful tree.
Nice.
They are imperfect, they are mismatched, they are personalized, and they are perfect.
Okay.
That, to me, is storybook Christmas.
I like that. Don't be
nice and
perfect.
white.
Enjoy everybody around you. Embrace the imperfections.
You find the wonder if you stop looking at all the hell.
Oh, that's such a great
Thank
one
you
right there.
so much, Laura. Really
Thank you.
appreciate you coming. Laura's best-selling book, Wonder Hell, is out now.
Go get it.
All
Great
right.
job, everybody. That's so true.
Yeah.
So will you be in Boston for the holidays?